Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, I'm going to give you two options here to go back to the future. If you could go back 50 years to see your family or ahead 50 years to see your family, which would you choose?
I'm going backward because if I went future, I would have to see all the effects of all of my terrible decisions. So I'm going to the past, and I'm just kind of an old school guy anyway. I feel like I was almost born in the wrong century or wrong decade, if not more. But I would just love to see, I don't know, the personalities of some of the people that came before me and how they lived life. What were their biggest challenges? What were the biggest successes? Just what was their pace of life like compared to now where everything's nonstop. I have a sense that they were okay with sitting and doing nothing and figuring out how to talk to people face to face and trying to figure out what am I going to say to this person now that we have some extra time without phones to be taking up our brain space. So I would love to see just how they conducted themselves. It would help me understand myself better and my own story better, and probably figure out how I could improve things going forward if I got that shot.
Apparently, 50 years ago in the past, you were out like on a prairie or something. So, I mean, I don't know that life was any slower. I just know that you didn't have the digital distractions. I think people were busier, but they were actually getting stuff accomplished as opposed to telling somebody all the time on social media they needed to get something accomplished. We wouldn't be filming something like this, for example. I
Right.
would definitely go back to the past for 1,000 different reasons. One, there seemed to be a lot more purpose and direction at that point
Yeah.
for people in general. They weren't focused with a lot of digital distractions. Mainly, I would warn my parents and my grandparents about what I was going to do wrong, or many. Um, I would probably write a letter to myself telling me to start investing in my 401k a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Consider where the market is now. But the future is not bleak. I'm always looking forward to the future, but I get worried about the amount of divisiveness with media and social media, and it has gotten so much worse than it ever was. And granted, we're talking about this a little bit during an election year, but I don't, I know the past. I'd like to get to know my parents better, tell them how much I loved them and appreciated them and thank them. Whereas I don't want to look into the future and see my kids and my grandkids getting in trouble based off advice I gave them.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.